Massacres are never just isolated incidents of violence. They leave long shadows over memory, history, and collective consciousness. Too often, they are ignored, downplayed, or deliberately reframed to shield the perpetrators and preserve national myths. When nations build their identity around ideals like liberty, progress, or civilization, admitting atrocities committed in their name become politically uncomfortable. Forgetting, then, is rarely accidental. It is intentional, a way to shape memory and protect power. By the late 19th century, Native American resistance to U.S. expansion had been crushed. Broken treaties, forced relocation, poverty, hunger, and disease left tribes devastated. The destruction of the buffalo, central to Plains Indian life, added another layer of cultural ruin. Amid this despair, the ghost dance movement emerged, a spiritual revival promising the return of lands and the disappearance of white settlers. To U.S. authorities, it looked like a threat, prompting military intervention. On December 29, 1890, near Wounded Knee Creek in South Dakota, the U.S. 7th Cavalry surrounded a Lakota Sioux camp led by Chief Spotted Elk. Also known as Bigfoot, soldiers demanded weapons be surrendered. When a struggle arose over a rifle belonging to a deaf Lakota man, Black Coyote, a shot rang out. Troops responded with indiscriminate fire, including artillery from Hotchkiss guns. Between 250 and 300 Lakota were killed, most of them women and children. U.S. forces suffered about 25 casualties, likely from friendly fire. History misrepresented the massacre as a battle, and 20 soldiers received Medals of Honor. Wounded Knee marked the end of the Indian Wars and symbolized the total destruction of native sovereignty. For decades, textbooks portrayed it as a tragic but necessary confrontation. Only in the late 20th century did recognition grow that it was a massacre. Today, Native communities honor Wounded Knee as sacred ground, a symbol of resilience. After World War I, British India faced rising nationalist sentiment and harsh colonial measures. The Rollat Tax of 1919 allowed detention without trial, provoking widespread protests. On April 13, 1919, thousands gathered in Amritsar's Jallianwala, some protesting the Rollat Act, others celebrating a festival. The garden was enclosed with a single exit. Brigadier General Reginald Dyer deemed it an illegal assembly and ordered troops to fire without warning. For 10 minutes, soldiers shot into crowd. British records cite 379 deaths. Indian sources estimate over 1,000, with thousands more injured. Many tried to escape by jumping into a well. The massacre shocked India and the world. Rabindranath Tagore renounces British knighthood. Gandhi moved decisively toward full independence. Dyer resigned but retained support among some in Britain. For decades, British histories downplayed the event. In India, Jallianwala Bagh remains a symbol of colonial oppression and a turning point in the freedom struggle. German Southwest Africa, modern Namibia, was a colony where settlers expropriated land, forced labor, and brutalized the Herero and Namaqua peoples. In 1904, the Herero revolted under Chief Samuel Herero, killing roughly 120 Germans. General Lothar von Trotha responded with extreme force. After the Battle of Waterberg, he issued an extermination order, driving Herero into the desert and denying food or water. Survivors were sent to concentration camps, including Shark Island, where they endured forced labor, starvation, and medical experiments. By 1908, 65,000, 80,000 Herero and 10,000 Namaqua had perished. Historians recognize this as a first genocide of the 20th century, foreshadowing methods later used in the Holocaust. Yet it was absent from German memory for decades. Only in 2004 did Germany formally acknowledge it, and in 2021, it agreed to fund development projects in Namibia though debates over reparations continue. Greenwood, Tulsa, Black Wall Street, was a thriving African-American community despite segregation. White resentment over black prosperity escalated after a young black man, Dick Rowland, was accused of assaulting a white woman. On May 31st, 1921, armed white mobs attacked Greenwood. Over 18 hours, homes and businesses were looted and burned. Estimates suggest up to 300 black residents were killed, thousands injured, and 10,000 left homeless. Planes reportedly dropped incendiaries, a chilling first in U.S. history. Records were destroyed or altered, and the event was absent from curricula for decades. Recognition began in the 1990s with memorials and calls for reparations. Tulsa demonstrates how systemic racism extends beyond violence into the erasure of memory. During the Malayan Emergency, 1948 to 1960, British colonial authorities faced resistance from the Malayan Communist Party. Civilians were frequently caught in the crossfire, and allegations of extrajudicial killings arose. On December 12, 1948, British troops surrounded the village of Batang, Jallianwala. Survivors report villagers were rounded up and shot, with homes burned to hide evidence. 24 unarmed villagers, including women and children, were killed. British authorities labeled it a military operation, and no soldiers were prosecuted. The massacre remained largely unknown for decades. Only in the 21st century has it received attention, including advocacy for formal acknowledgement and compensation. Batang Cali shows how colonial powers minimized atrocities to maintain legitimacy. During the Second Sino-Japanese War, Japanese forces invaded Nanking in December 1937. Minimal resistance met the army, but terror became a tool of control. From December 13, 1937 to January 1938, Japanese troops carried out mass killings, sexual violence, and looting. Estimates suggest 200,000 to 300,000 civilians and surrendered soldiers were killed. Tens of thousands of women were raped, often followed by execution. Victims were bound in groups and killed systematically. Some Japanese officers faced post-war trials, but many escaped accountability. In China, Nanking remains a symbol of Japanese wartime atrocities. While in Japan, nationalist narratives downplayed or denied the massacre. It illustrates how collective memory shapes international relations. During the Vietnam War, U.S. military operations targeted villages suspected of aiding the Viet Cong dehumanization of local populations, and military protocols created conditions ripe for massacres. On March 16, 1968, Charlie Company entered My Lai village. Over several hours, 347 to 504 unarmed civilians, including women, children, and the elderly, were killed. Homes were burned, animals slaughtered, and victims executed systematically. Exposure came in 1969 through investigative journalism. Only Lieutenant William Kaye was convicted, serving a short sentence. The U.S. military initially suppressed the story, and full accountability remained elusive for decades. My Lai demonstrates the dangers of military culture combined with impunity. The massacres of Wounded Knee, Jallianwala, Herero and Namaqua, Tulsa, Batang, Cali, Nanking, and My Lai span continents and eras, yet share elements of extreme violence, impunity, and erasure. Remembering them is a moral imperative. It validates victim suffering, provides a foundation for justice, and prevents repetition. Education, media, and historical research play vital roles. Teaching these massacres confronts silences imposed by power, revealing how oppression and erasure operate. Only through deliberate remembrance can we honor victims, recognize systemic patterns of violence, and ensure that never again is more than a phrase. It is a commitment